Okay, hello. We are going to make a tier list of all the specs today. And, this is actually going to be one of the most accurate tier lists that has ever been made in the history of World of Warcraft. So, I decided only to place the DPS specs because, really, who cares about tanks and healers? So we are going to start with Frost Death Knight. And for Frost Death Knight, I think, generally, they're going to be fine. They're not going to be the best, but they're going to be fine to bring. You're not going to be sad about bringing a Frost Death Knight. So we're going to put them in B tier for now. And this might change in the future, but for now, it's fine to have a Frost Death Knight. But Unholy, just a little better. In most cases, you want to bring Unholy over Frost. Boomkins, on the other hand, have undergone massive nerfs. But as always, that's just Boomkin propaganda. Boomkins belong in A tier, and don't let any Boomkin tell you otherwise. Feral, this expansion, also very strong contender, and actually almost as strong as Boomkin. So those also belong in the A tier. So as we can see, Death Knights, Boomkins, both very good. Yeah, Devastation Devoker got nerfed a little, single target, not as good anymore, not as many disintegrates. So we're gonna put them in B tier for now. We might adjust them down at some point. You'll have to see. Beast Mastery Hunter. You know, I don't really trust the hype, so I'm gonna put Beast Mastery in B tier. Survival Hunter, the red-headed stepchild, I think is gonna perform mighty well and good enough to bring over a Beast Mastery Hunter. And Marksmanship as well. I mean, you know, all of the Hunter specs seem to be kind of mediocre, but you can make all of them work. Now, as for Arcane Mages, I think they're fine. They're nothing special. They're not bad. Fire Mage, you know, even it's a new expansion and all, Fire Mage is known to scale very well with stats. I think Fire Mage is going to be not the best shot if you're a mage in Season 1 of Dragonflight. And I would honestly also put Frost in the same category. The Arcane Dream, very much alive. Windwalker Monk. Oh, Windwalker Monk. I think we have to make a very strong case to put Windwalker Monk in the S tier. They just blast single target, they blast AoE. There's nothing more worrying than a good Windwalker Monk. Yeah. Ret Paladin. Do not trust the hype. Again. Red does seem like it does a lot of damage, but I think on live we will see very different results. Shadow Priest. Shadow Priest is going to be superb. They bring power infusion, their damage is not too bad, and we all know power infusion is basically the best spell in the game. And then we come to rogues, and rogues have what is maybe the worst spec in the game in Assassination. But that is kind of made up by Outlaw being very, very strong. So we are going to put Outlaw in A tier. After Outlaw, of course, comes Sub Rogues. You know, they're also very strong. So they also go into the A tier. And after moving on from, you know, the pure melee DPS class, we go to Elemental. Elemental got buffed a little recently. So we're gonna put Elemental in B tier. They do quite a lot of AoE damage. Their single target might leave something to be desired. And then we get to Enhancement. Enhancement got nerfed by 25%, but it's actually still one of the best specs in the game. They are terrifying. Terrifyingly good. And now the Warlocks. Warlock, Affliction. Single target struggles a little, but Grim Reach is a very disgusting talent in AoE, so we are going to put them up here in the A tier. They're just supreme. Demonology, on the other hand, they just do not have what it takes to really be a top contender. They belong in the C tier. if you want to play Warlock, it's probably not Demonology at this point. Destruction, very good. 2 target, very good. Single target, pretty good. So, yeah, solid all around. Put them in B tier. Arms Warrior, again, the trend continues. Melees are insanely good. So, Arms Warriors go into the S tier. Not much to say. They just pump. And even Fury also kind of pumps. They're not as good as Arms Warriors, but oh, do they belong into the A tier? And there you have it, the most accurate tier list for Dragonflight. You can choose a class based off of these results. They are not random. I have skillfully determined how good each class or spec will be in the game as soon as Dragonflight launches. So have fun with this, and we will see each other in Season 2 when I will make a new tier list.